What's going on? Today is a special day because for two reasons. We have no children for the moment, for the rest of the day, staying at my parents' house, and we're going on a date. So that's the first reason it's special. The second reason it's special is because y'all got this beautiful thing right here to get to talk to you today. So, Happy New Year. When you see this, it'll be New Year's. So, hopefully, yes, we're in the car because, like I said, we're going on a date. Hopefully, the noise of the car and the windshield wipers doesn't affect it too much because it is raining and it's just kind of junky. So, what are we doing first?
I don't know. I was going to ask you where we're going.
Okay. You want to go to the podunk place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how to get there?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think if I need to just go the interstate or if I need to go through Newberry. I think it'd be faster to go through Newberry. Let me check the old GPS.
They can see our disgusting car. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, we got kids.
Yikes.
Alright, it's taking me across the dam. Wait, where are we at? No, never mind. Yeah, it's taking me. I hate when it does that.
Go that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
to
it's
the
taking.
right.
To the right. Okay. Now that we've got this figured out. So I figured that we would talk about this past year, of course, and then like what our hopes and like plans are for next year. Does that sound good?
Okay.
But also, we're going to take you along on our date because with my new job, I drive around and I'm out in like in Newberry, Little Mountain, Chapin, Valentine area. And I found these like really cool little antique places and like this cool, like, I don't know if it's cool. To me, it looks cool from the outside at least. So, it's called Podunk's Coffee.
Did you make sure they were open today?
Well, it's not called Podunk's Coffee. It's called, yes, I did. It's like three things in one. So it's like Possum's Coffee, Podunk Antiques, and Artisans. Something, I don't know. But I saw it and I was like, that's probably one of the coolest things. Called Chest and I was like, hey, I'm going to take you here one day. Well, today's that day. So we're going to show you this cool little spots that we get to go to. And,
Today's the dirt.
Okay.
The tank's clean.
The tank.
Funny one.
Oh. I don't remember that part. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, I'm excited that she's on here with me. It's just, tell them why you're on here, if you don't mind.
Because I listened to Jess and Jay's podcast, and she said pretty much in a loving way to just get over yourself. Nobody really cares like how your hair looks or if you have makeup on your face. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, because for the past year, since I started this podcast, you have had reservations about being on because you're worried about what people will say about you, like if your hair is not done right.
Or think about
right.
like our house or like, oh my God, they have dirty dishes.
Yeah.
Like I don't like people judging.
Yeah. But see, that's the beauty of my channel and how I started. It was like I'm not trying to hide who I really am or who we are. Of course, there's things that we're not going to show. We're not going to, it's not going to be fully involved into our life. But like, I did that video where I washed the dishes.
But people are mean.
That's true. People are mean, but I feel like we got a good bit of people that follow us that will take up for us. We got some good followers.
Yeah.
Good.
Probably.
Yeah. So that's why she's on here. So I'm excited. That's going to lead us into like the next year's plans. Is the fact that like you've said that you want to be on more videos. Not all of them, but you want to be on more. And you'd make the decision of what videos, because I actually had a video idea and you're like, no. I can't remember what it was, but you're like, don't tell me which one I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna choose. So then I came up with this one.
In a nice way.
Yeah, in a nice way.
Maybe.
So that leads us into next year. So let's just go ahead and talk about next year's plans. What are our plans for next year? So, we did just get some more chickens. From like, when you say chickens, you mean? Let's talk about both chickens that we're going to do.
Well, I was talking about the meat birds.
Yeah. So yesterday we went over to our wonderful friend Wes Green's house and picked up some meat birds that he has been working on. Now these birds are called American breast chickens. I say breast, it's B-R-E-S-S-E. Some people say breast. I'm not fancy. South Carolina here. Breasts. But so we went and picked up some of them. They take a little bit longer to grow out, and the reason I wanted to go ahead and get them now is because our plans to go back to Disney in early May. So I didn't want to get day-old chicks too soon and risk losing most of them. And so I know we're going to have to start a little bit later. So we got these birds. They're already 6 weeks old. They got full feathers. They made it through these cold, harsh days that we just had. And so they should do pretty well for the next 2.5 months. So it takes about 16 weeks to fully grow them out.
So like February, March?
Yeah, February. It should be like middle of March. Now, what's so special about these birds is the fact that like their meat, the fat marbles inside of their meat like a steak almost. They're a little bit darker birds. Even though they're white birds, the meat is darker because it's got more fat in it. So I've always wanted to try them. When Wes said that he was going to start them, I was like, all right, let me know whenever you got some. So I called him. So that's our first thing. Second, chickens. We are going to cull our flock.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them. So we're going to send them to freezer camp because we want to start with newer birds. Different, better breeds that like lay better eggs. So that way, because we do sell our eggs, and it does help offset some of the feed costs and things like that. But also, I mean, like there's so many varieties of birds out there that we like the way they look. We like pretty eggs. We like pretty eggs, and we like pretty birds.
Well, and good mommies.
Yeah, good mommies. That definitely, yeah. Because if we do, right now I'm working on hatching eggs, and so we want good mommies to either hatch chicks, so I don't have to use so much energy in incubating, or that's probably the best reason right there. So that'll be good too. So we're looking at turkins. We've had some turkins before, the neck and neck birds. The Morans, copper Morans.
Copper Moran, I think.
And then whatever those ones that Lisa and Charlie told us about. I can't think of some kind of blue.
That's the copper Moran and I don't know.
Yeah, it's like blue English.
I really want the black ones.
I don't know what it is. I'm still working on trying to get those indigo gigante birds. They get to like 3 foot tall. That's not an egg laying bird. It's just it would just be so cool to have like 3 foot tall chickens running around and not having to buy an emu. I feel like a chicken is a lot more docile at 3 foot tall. You just never know. Going into where the birds are, our plan is still to add more pasture and do, fence in the lower part of our property. That way the birds and the dogs and the goats will have more room. Because we got the goats that are hopefully bred and will be pushing out babies for us April. Right?
Why would you say pushing out babies? Kidding.
Well, that's what you do. I'm not kidding.
Kidding.
They pushing out the babies. We got some goats that are going to be kidding, but no kidding. No kidding, they're going to be kidding. I wonder why it's called kidding. Like are goats funny? But they're just kidding. They're just kidding. Just kidding with you guys. Did get another rabbit, a female rabbit from Charlie and Lisa, because, and I know I said I was never going to do rabbits, y'all, but this is not for me. This is for the dogs. We're going to try to start getting our, at least oak and honey on a more raw food diet, just so they can be healthier, right?
Maybe Drake.
I
think he would like it.
So if you don't know, we learned this from our friend Jordan Kelly from Working Aussie She was telling us that rabbit hair is a good dewormer, but then of course you got the meat and stuff like that. So you can literally just raise the rabbits, grow them up a little bit, and send them to freezer camp, and then feed them whole to your dogs. So that's the plan for the rabbits. Maybe we'll keep some for ourselves. We'll see.
Yeah, I would like to try one.
It's like a ground squirrel.
I don't know that I've ever had rabbit.
It's like a ground squirrel. You've had squirrel before, right?
Yes.
Yeah. A rabbit's like a ground squirrel. Bringing any new animals onto the property.
I don't know about that.
Any new animals that we don't already have.
I don't know.
Okay. We got to have a plan. We have to say no now.
Yeah, but you often are like,
it's my fault.
we're not going to do that, and then
It's Charlie's fault.
oh my gosh, we're going to do that.
It's Charlie's fault. 100% Charlie's fault. That happens.
Is it? Have you no self-control?
Nope, not one bit. Not one bit. Well, see, that's the thing. New year, new self-control. I'm saying no more new animals that we don't already have.
Wade did say he wanted a donkey.
No more new animals that we don't already have. If we can't put a cow on our property, I'm not going to put a donkey out there.
Wow, that's completely different.
No, because I can eat the cow. I'm not going to eat the donkey. You're literally just feeding the donkey for nothing. But Wade said he wanted a donkey so he could ride it.
Yeah.
So not like, I want one to protect the flock. Plans are set. No more new animals that we don't already have. We got things coming up with our animals that we have now that will be good learning and stuff. Because I feel like 2022 was supposed to be like a building year, but it was more of like a learning of what not to do year. So now we know what not to do. So 2023 will be a building year, but less building of like what's around us, more building better of what we have. Because we need a better fence, we got to add fence, and we got to build the bank. That's the truth, because we want to make sure that we're doing all this stuff in the best possible way, and we don't want to be in a point where like we can't feed them, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2023's prediction is it's going to be a good year. We're going to make it a good year. We might miss out on some things. I want to go to the Homestead Festival over at Roy Feeks, but I don't think that's going to happen. Definitely not HOA.
No.
So, but
Why not the Roy Feek?
Well, I mean, like, tickets are a little out of our budget right this moment, and it's a Friday, Saturday, so we'd have to travel, which means we'd have to be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It means you'd have to miss some work. I'd have to miss some work. We've already missing some work with Disney, so I don't know. We like catching up from last year on like the Disney trip.
Yeah, if we didn't have to go to Disney, it would be different.
Yeah. So, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll happen again. But we do have the Farm Where You Live event coming up, so that's a local thing. So we'll definitely be going to that. Whether or not I'll be speaking or not, I don't know yet. But we'll definitely be there. So what did we learn? What did we learn this year? What is something that you learned, whether it was like you learned that you didn't want to do it again, or that you learned and you want to do better at it, or maybe you just learned and you're proud of yourself for learning it. I learned not to get excited about the first warm day and start your seeds.
True.
It wasn't a mistake.
It wasn't a mistake.
It could have worked out better.
Right. But we still had fruit from your labor.
Yeah, I mean, we're still eating on that fruit too. Even though, like, I'll kind of transition. I'll like run between a couple different things, because I also learned that, like, I made salsa, but I made it in a way that, like, I was like I could have prepared better for the salsa because I just kind of threw it together, hoping it tasted good, and then canned it.
It needs more flavor.
Yeah, it needs way more flavor. I think it was too much tomato.
Yeah.
So I know I want to grow more peppers, even though we did we did partially benefit from the things that
We did. We had a good garden.
Didn't do correct on.
Made lots of pickles.
We did. We can make more, but I wasn't picking them as fast. See, that's the thing. I think my biggest thing was like I didn't overwhelm myself, but I was kind of lazy. I was lazy with picking fruit and stuff like that, and then canning it. I let it sit too long. So one thing I want to learn.
Yeah, we did waste a lot of cucumbers.
Yeah, I want to learn like the succession planting part.
Yeah.
So like I plant, instead of planting 4 cucumber plants at one time, I do 2, and then a little bit later on, do 2 more. Same with like some tomatoes, even the peppers. Like I know there's ways to. So Jess told me with tomatoes, when you pick the tomatoes, so you can score the under part of the tomato and freeze it, so that whenever it thaws, the skin just pulls off, and then you can use it all up at one time. So there's some different preserving methods I want to learn and do.
Right. We need to have a plan.
Right. Yeah.
We need to write out what we want to do and make with the stuff.
Yeah.
And we need to do it.
I don't feel like I overwhelmed myself. I do feel like, I wasn't mentally prepared.
I don't think it was overwhelming. I think we just didn't have a plan of what we wanted to do with it.
Right. But again, it's like I just don't think I don't think I was mentally prepared
for all
to be like, all right, when you do this, because I got lazy and we lost a lot of our produce. Even though we saved a lot of it, I still lost a lot.
We didn't really waste because we had the pigs.
That's true.
And the chickens, they ate the food. We didn't throw it in the trash.
Right. But I do want to can more.
And make broth.
Make broth, yeah.
Can broth.
I think like the theme I would like for this next year is like our journey to like, I'm not gonna say zero waste, but our journey to low waste.
Yeah.
Whether it be worms, the pigs, the chickens, or preserving. I want to try to use in whatever we get from the chickens, when it comes like their poop, the mulch, stuff like that. I want to do better at composting and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. That's my thought process in that is to be less lazy. And I think I was lazy because of Michelin. Because I just really let myself go. So I got fat. So on that same subject, I'm going to start working out. That's my plan for 2023 too, is to get back into, I have a pretty decent routine and work again. So I'd like to get back into the gym and...
In the mornings?
Yeah, oh yeah. Early morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I miss it. I miss going to the gym. I miss that discipline, and I think that once I let myself out of that discipline, I lost all discipline in general. So I need to get more disciplined.
Yeah.
Because, being on the homestead and picking up feed, picking up things, wrestling a goat, if you got to wrestle a goat, like, you got to kind of have a little bit of a strength factor to you. Especially like if I want a cow. I'm not saying I'm going to go wrestle a cow, but I'd like to know that if it attempts to kick me or something, that like I have the good muscle structure that it's not going to hurt me too bad. Right? But
or just overall health.
I think with the garden, the fact that like the garden was like super new to me, is that I didn't even know what to expect. I didn't even know what to expect when it came to like starting my rows. So I just kind of instead of doing more research into it, I just was like, okay, here's a plan. Here's a thing. I saw this. This looks good. Let's do it. So
you know what I want to do?
What's that?
That I didn't get to do last year. I planted potatoes, but my granny told me back in the day they had a huge hill, and that's where they grew their potatoes and basically kept their potatoes. That's what I want to do.
Have a huge hill?
Like a mound for your potatoes.
Well, have you seen where people take like straw and layer it, and they grow their potatoes in these round?
Yeah. I mean, that's another idea. I mean, I don't even know what she's really talking about because I haven't looked, but I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah. Definitely.
I would love to grow all of our potatoes that we eat.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes and regular potatoes.
One thing I definitely am proud of myself about is my first speaking event this past year.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And I would like to do it again. I'd actually like to do it more.
Here's one thing you could, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but you could do better, is have more, and me too. I don't know the word. Have more confidence, yeah, in yourself.
Yes, more self-confidence. That's a good one.
And
I have to work on
share your gift.
My
That's
gift.
what Jess says.
Share my gift. Yeah.
Share your gift.
I got to work on being my own my own cheerleader.
Yeah.
Like I do find myself relying a lot on praise from other people, especially from you, because you're the most important person in my life. And so I need to work on, not that I don't want you to be like a cheerleader for me, but I need to work on loving myself.
Right.
So that I can accept the love that you give me.
That's actually one thing I will do better in 2023.
It's loving yourself.
Yeah, and positive self-talk.
True that. That's another thing I need to do is not compare myself to other people. I'm a sensitive dude. I'm also a funny dude. And I also have my own issues on those same things. I wish I was harder. I wish I didn't bother me when someone says, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, whenever Jeremiah said it takes you longer to become someone's friend, and then Jesse's just like, oh, let's just be friends. Like I know it wasn't meant to be like hurtful, but like in my head I'm thinking,
but here's the thing.
I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. It's true. It's true. But that's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. Most people would think it's negative that it takes me so long to be somebody's friend. It's not them. It's me.
Yeah, but see, but then
it's not a bad thing that you.
I have but then there's that tendency, or there's that possibility of like allowing someone into your circle too soon.
That's why you have me.
Right, but then
I don't allow that.
But then I get hurt from it because I'm like, oh, I want to be your friend, and then later on I thought, oh, it's probably a good thing I wasn't your friend. But like,
I mean, how many times I can look back and be like, hey, this was really hard in our life at the time, but it was the right decision, even though at the time you couldn't tell.
Right.
I more reserved and untrusting. Is that the right word? Untrusting?
Yeah. Don't ask me about words. I just said more difficult.
So
more. What did I say?
It's a good look at us together. We're so good.
So good. So good. Beauty and the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I think I'm smart also.
Well, I didn't say I was smart. Yeah. The smartest thing I ever did, babe, was marry you.
Yin and yang.
Yes, right.
I don't think that was meant to be a bad thing. So don't.
No, I know it wasn't meant to be.
Don't continue to think about it.
But see, that's what I'm saying is I need to do better at that, because in my head I'm like, I feel like people look at it in a negative, where it's like, he's like trying too hard to be my friend.
No.
Well, I mean, I feel like I wasn't, but I don't know.
It's all your perspective.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. This is a great first video for you to be on. Everybody go on there and just tell her how great she did, because you did a great job.
Okay.
You didn't play with your hair too much.
I have been very aware of not playing with my hair.
Now you all know, because you got to look at her now for I'm pretty sure this video is going to be well over 30 minutes. That I outkicked my coverage on this one.
You said.
It's popping. Got to find a place to park. We'll just park up here and walk.
What?
Is that bad?
Park where?
Right here.
Can we do that?
I don't know. We'll find out.
No.
It doesn't
I don't
say
want
no
car
parking.
towed.
It doesn't say no parking. It's a thing. There was nowhere to park in there. So let's end this video. Thank you for being on here with me. And I look forward to having more you on here more.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you're already like,
Yeah. That's okay.
Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you next one.